Batman and Jason Todd's stark choice, the law or justice. While Superman put his faith in the law, Batman preferred seeking justice. There's a distinction between upholding the law and pursuing justice. The law is not always just, and justice can skirt the law. Batman's sometimes brutal treatment of criminals shows he's not above serving vengeance cold, but he won't cross lines. The Dark Knight might give a villain an extrajudicial beating, but protracted torture and cruelty don't fit into his plans. Vigilante killings would be a threshold Batman never steps beyond because doing so would eradicate his already suppressed humanity. However, unlike Superman, Batman will sometimes look the other way when an anti-hero with no such concerns delivers final justice without the law's approval, as seen in Vigilante No. 47, November 1987, when the hero lets Adrian Chase, the vigilante, escape by faking his death, giving Chase a chance to restart his life anew and stop killing criminals. Batman took a vow to never take a life early in his career, in Batman No. 4, December 1940, to be exact. The Caped Crusader would surely make the same demands of his sidekicks who became Robin. Not every Robin shared the same gray moral code as the man under the cowl. Jason Todd certainly didn't, as seen in the notorious ending to Batman No. 424, October 1988. No justice because of the law. In The Diplomat's Son, writer Jim Starlin and artist Mark Bright present a single-issue story that shocked readers. When Jason Todd's Robin impulsively rushes through an apartment window after hearing a woman scream, he barely gets the upper hand on the roughnecks he faces until Batman shows up to save his partner. Soon after the heroes subdue the wannabe tough guys, Jason learns the reason the woman inside the apartment, Gloria, screamed. She was sexually assaulted by the occupant of the luxury suite, Felipe. When the dynamic duo bring Felipe to the police station, Commissioner Gordon reveals they don't have enough evidence to charge Felipe. Worse, even if they did, the obnoxious, entitled, and drug-addled Felipe is the son of a diplomat, meaning he has diplomatic immunity for his crimes. Batman tells an enraged Robin they have an option: expose Felipe's drug usage and possession to force his deportation, a plan that is their best hope of protecting Gloria from Felipe, even though he won't face charges, judgment, and punishment. Robin can't hide his extreme frustration with the plan, as he realizes that Felipe will get away with what he did to Gloria and may commit the same heinous crime against other women. Batman succeeds in his plan, but Felipe calls Gloria, suggesting he will assault her again before he leaves the country. Robin wants to protect Gloria from Felipe, rushing to her home, only to discover she had hanged herself to avoid another assault. Robin heads to Felipe's apartment to confront him on his balcony. Batman knows Robin is too emotionally involved to handle the confrontation clear-headed, so he speeds to Felipe's apartment and arrives to discover Felipe has fallen to his death. Batman asks Robin if Felipe fell or was pushed, and Robin responds that he slipped. The so-called ambiguous ending is not vague. We know Jason Todd's Robin pushed Felipe to his death. Gotham is not a place for young Robins. Jason Todd's 1980s introduction aimed to revive the Batman and Robin duo after Batman's years-long solo run. The original pre-crisis on Infinite Earths version of Jason Todd had a compelling nature, but the post-crisis version didn't work. The Diplomat's Son somewhat acknowledges dissatisfaction with Jason Todd as Robin by highlighting the reckless, impulsive nature that would lead to his demise and a death in the family. The story establishes his violent, immoral tendencies that expand when he later becomes the Red Hood. Readers who purchased Batman No. 424 when it hit comic shops had no clue about future plans, and neither did the creative team. The issue flows organically to show how a seemingly stable hero can justify throwing away a moral code when the law fails to deliver justice. Batman is too good a detective not to know his partner and ward killed Felipe, but he has no intention of turning Jason Todd over to the law. Batman likely feels responsible for Jason's actions, believing he failed as a mentor. Deep down, he also understands the world is safer without Felipe. But Batman's tepid reaction to Jason's behavior in future issues leads Jason down a path to his doom. Batman is a character enveloped in guilt and anger. He rages at criminals to calm his grief over his parents' murder, while feeling guilty that he was unable to save them. Batman won't kill villains because doing so would make him no different from them, if not worse. It didn't start that way. The Golden Age Batman had no problem killing criminals until the creative team de-emphasized such violence with Batman number 4. Rebooting and retconning occurred several times over the decades. Officially, Batman's extrajudicial killing of criminals never happened. While the killings officially did not occur in the current continuity, that's not to say Batman never felt tempted to kill criminals. Batman's calm exterior hides a complex and conflicted mind. The retcon version may reveal Batman's early vigilante killings never happened, but how do we know they don't exist as power fantasies in the hero's mind? If so, their presence doesn't indicate a character flaw. Batman is human, meaning his mind suffers the same limitations as others. His traumatic reflections over his parents' death likely leave him with power fantasies where he takes out criminals with extreme prejudice. Mercifully, he doesn't act out on these impulses. At least the Earth 2 version doesn't. When Batman brought Jason Todd into the fold and made him the second Robin, mentorship should have included mentally preparing the youngster for the job. Perhaps Batman sees Felipe's death not as Jason Todd's failure, but his own, leaving him conflicted about how to address the seriousness of the incident. And we know how it all played out, with a death in the family.